And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at a small little card game called Quest for Destiny. Now I was pretty excited when I saw this one here. It comes from Singapore, I believe, and Singapore, right? Yeah, Singapore. And I've got some cool games from Singapore in the past, and so I was excited to see how this one plays. And I'm really too bored to do much more of an intro, so let's get to the boring gameplay. Each person is going to take one of the characters in the game. You can see here is the first knight, and the pugilist, and the ravager, who is apparently holding an axe that is larger than her entire body. So it's either made out of styrofoam or she is Superman. Now, all these guys have no, they don't have any special abilities. They're all exactly the same. And you can flip them over to see the same picture if you'd like. Now, you're going to build a 7x7 grid by carefully placing cards because there's no mat or anything. You just kind of have to guess where they are. And you're going to put one of these random terrain cards that all look the same, but are actually, they're the same. So then you'll put your guy on the corner, and if you're playing 5 to 6 player game, then they have really confusing rules that make no sense and where to put your people. So you're going to put these people here, and you're going to draw 4 cards into your hand. On your turn, you have a couple options. One, you can play an area next to your person. Then you have the choice to move your person to the area you played, or, well, that's actually the only choice you have if you do that. And you're going to try to be placing areas, honestly, to get yourself closer. Now, we're going to assume that you're going to remember how the grid is placed and that cards won't get messed up. You also have a chance to play one of the 5 different spells that comes with the game. One of the spells here is called Unnatural Growth. This spell lets you get rid of an area that a Pathfinder is on and put one of the tree cards there, pushing him to an adjacent spot, annoying everybody, including that person. Fortunately, there's Counterspell, which you could play to block a spell someone else played. You can also play Stroke of Fortune. When you move to a new area that you've played, you can play another card and maybe go again. And then we have, let's see, Terraform lets you destroy a tree or 2 unoccupied areas that are currently in play. And then the best spell in the game, Force Displacement. You can pick somebody up and move them anywhere you want. So I might be saying, and move here, and on your turn, you move me there. This will continue until one player reaches the center shield. At this point, all players will hold hands chanting, "Yay, the game is over," and burn it, and everyone wins. But I'm assuming the person who goes in the middle, that's what the rules say, they win the mostest. It's garbage. Pure garbage. This really feels like a 5-year-old designed a game. I don't get it. All the land tiles, the artwork means nothing. You are placing a spot to go to the middle. There's no reason to go anywhere else. There's no fighting. You are moving towards the middle. So you will slowly build on this non-existent grid, which is a pain in the neck to build, and there's no mat or anything, so the cards slide over, pain in the neck. So you're trying to move to this center spot. You're trying to get there, and the only way for other people to stop you is by spells which they are either lucky or not lucky to get, and it's just this constant game of move someone to the back. If I have a card to move someone, I move the closest person, or I grow a tree in front of them, and they sit there and they go, "Oh, you grew a tree in front of me." And then they go around the tree, and eventually someone gets to the middle. This game is horrible. Hate it. I hate it. I hate the fact that I played it. I apologize to everybody that I taught the game to for wasting their time. Fortunately, it's not a very long game. And fortunately, and it looks kind of cool, except for the giant hammer. That's just dumb. It looks cool, but there's nothing to it. You're just playing land and some magic spells. It's like someone said, it's the candy land of card games. It's no good. And honestly, it's a disservice for me to continue talking about it to y'all. Just don't get it, okay? Review over.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at coolstuffinc.com.
Stefan, shut the door.
There?